All right, guys. Quick story time. Quick story time. I want to talk about my journey and how I brought traveling into my life and why I implement traveling within the dream state and really just why I find it so valuable to see the world, to meet other cultures, to immerse yourself in other cultures, and not just view traveling as a vacation, somewhere to go to sit on a beach for a week and drink unlimited margaritas, but more immerse yourself into a culture. Do things that are going to challenge your emotional intelligence and all of the above. So when I was 21 years old, I moved to Los Angeles, and at that point in my life, I really just wanted success. I wanted to find a good job that was going to bring me millions and millions of dollars, a luxurious lifestyle. Uh, I felt like that's what success was at that point in my life. That's all I really saw on the internet and from people that had achieved success. I thought that's what it was. But really, what I just wanted a happy life. And I thought, maybe you listening, and I thought that meant success in business. So I tried everything from acting, crazy stint in acting. I tried life insurance. I got my sommelier license. I tried to create a brand around wine, real estate, multiple avenues in business, and nothing really clicked. And one night I was bartending in Beverly Hills at a Ruth's Chris, and this man came up to my bar. And he had just sold his business for, I believe, 9 figures. So a shit ton of money, right? So this is my avatar. I was like, dude, I gotta freaking ask this guy all the questions in the world. So I pretty much asked him. I was like, okay, dude, so you just sold your business for 9 figures. You're clearly successful. You seem like you're fulfilled. You seem happy. He genuinely did. He didn't seem like he was one of those rich guys that was miserable because he had all this money. No, what am I going to do with my life? No, he seemed fulfilled, which is interesting. And I said, what advice do you have for me? I'm 21 years old. I'm bartending, as you can tell. I've been trying all these different avenues. I just don't really know what to do with my life. And he's like, boom, right there. You don't really know what to do with your life. Well, what do you really want to do right now? And I said, travel. I would like to kind of explore. I just moved here from Rhode Island. I'm meeting all these people in Los Angeles from all over the world. And I'm more curious about the world. And he's like, boom, go do it. And he had told me a story. When he was 19 years old, he spent a year backpacking Europe, I think it might have been, that he said. And he said it was one of the catalysts that led him to create his company that he ended up selling for 9 figures because of people he met along the way, and he had a better understanding of thyself. So we started to talking, and he kind of asked me more questions about where I wanted to go. I was like, dude, I really want to go to Thailand. And he's like, why? I was like, I don't know, I saw a picture in a magazine or something. And he's like, do it, and make sure you go to Krabi. That's all he said. So literally I go home that night, and I'm talking to one of my best friend, Cody, at the time, and I'm like, dude, I just really want to go to Thailand. And he was in a similar boat, and he's like, bro, me too, just like the job I have right now, I'm not really finding fulfillment within it. Let's do it. Let's book a trip to Thailand. So yeah, sounds great, let's go to Thailand. But fear kind of kicked in. It's just like money. What if I spent all my money and then I come back and I don't have anything, I don't have my base? And that fear was real. But a bigger fear was, what if like my 20s just passed me by and I'm just the guy sitting at a bar in 30 years talking about the good old days, and I never really did anything with my life, and maybe I worked this job that brought me pretty limited happiness, and yeah, I climbed the corporate ladder, but I didn't have any true like experiences. That fear, that was more fearful to me than losing the $6,000 I had to my name at the time, like nothing. So I did it. We booked a 10-day trip to Thailand, and then we literally got rid of our apartment, everything. We packed all our cars, and we were gonna drive cross country back to Rhode Island after. I was gonna move to New York and sell real estate, and Cody was gonna sell real estate in Rhode Island. And then life flipped upside down when we were in Thailand. It really did. We had met this girl, and she was also from the same college that Cody went to. And we did an all-day boat tour with her and her friends, and it was awesome. And one thing that they said was, we've been here for a year. I'm like, what? You've been in Thailand for a year? What the fuck have you been doing? And how have you been able to afford this? And she really introduced me to the traveling for purpose. She wasn't getting drunk and, you know, she'd have her fun, of course, but she wasn't getting drunk. She was exploring the land, meeting the locals, understanding how they live their life, and creating deep emotional intelligence because of it. She talked about all these stories she had, and I was like, oh my God. Like, this girl's 21 years old. She's going to be able to tell these stories for the rest of her life and be the most interesting person in the room. I thought that was so cool. And then the biggest thing was, she was only doing it for $1,000 a month. I was like, holy shit, I got like 8K to my name at that point, maybe a little less, maybe a little more, I forget. I was like, I can do this. So Cody and I, we moved back to Rhode Island. I'm trying to remember exactly how it panned out. We went back to Rhode Island, and we were like, okay, let's save up X amount of dollars. Let's save up, let's get to like whatever point, whatever goal we had for each other so we can stay out there for the longest amount of time. And throughout that time, we faced some challenges. I ended up going back to Los Angeles because I wasn't making shit for money in Rhode Island, and made a good amount of money, and then booked a one-way trip to Thailand. I actually started in Malaysia, and I spent 5 months backpacking Southeast Asia. I mean, I learned how to create vlogs. People were becoming more interested in my experience. I became a great storyteller. I developed a whole new relationship with society, with money, profound new gratitude for life and for what I already had. I connected to my dharma about speaking and inspiring others. I saw this woman on the beach. She was cooking pad thai. She was like the happiest woman I've ever seen in my entire life, just sitting there with her children cooking pad thai. I lived with monks. I faced some dark times being by myself, not feeling like I had purpose, and having that question of like, why over there in Southeast Asia. And when I got back from that, I had like a real confused part with my identity of like, what am I supposed to actually do? I was sick of social media. I had deleted all my social media at that time because I was just sick of the, hey, this is my social media. Nice to meet you. This is my identity. I like just being who I was, and that was my identity. So I decided when I got back, I'd make travel a part of my identity because that is where I felt most purposeful. Inspiring others to travel. The amount of people that got inspired from my journey and made their own trips fulfilled me so much. Because there's proof. It's like, holy shit, if you can do it, I can do it too. And nothing with the love of culture and travel in mind. Craziest thing happened was when I started to see my friends booking trips because of me. And then when I announced a trip of going to hunt with the Hadzabe tribe in Africa and going on an African safari, I was totally fine doing it alone because I've traveled before. But people are like, yo, I want to come. I started having 2 people come with me, 1 person come with me. I had people come with me to Machu Picchu. And along this time, I didn't mind feeling like I was a guide. I didn't. It was extremely beautiful for me. Being able to show my wisdom of traveling and my experience of traveling. Like, dude, if we didn't have you, Ethan, we wouldn't have been able to do any of this stuff. And to me, that was beautiful. People would leave those trips, and friends started telling me because of me, they had the best experience of their life, which was huge. And then the real kicker was because of how I taught to travel, which was not a vacation, but a journey. Not going to sit on a beach for a week, but going to immerse yourself in the culture and learn about the indigenous. Do what the people have been doing for hundreds of years. Learn how they live their life and why it's different from ours. And bring those same values back to the U.S. This one beautiful African proverb that I love is, um, it's not about right or wrong. It's do you understand? In American society, everything's all about right or wrong. I need to prove you right. I need to prove you wrong. I need to prove that I'm right. Versus, I need to understand your opinion. Especially with the left and the right nowadays, we could really take some wisdom from these societies. But no, too many people are afraid to leave or don't want to leave. And the U.S. is designed to keep you there because they want you to spend your dollars there, obviously. Then people would get back into their lives and they started achieving more results in wanting to achieve more results in their business and wanting to serve more through charity or wherever, and just overall being better in all areas of their life because now they had a greater understanding of really how much gratitude you should have for being born in the country you were born in, having the opportunities in front of you, so now you don't take them for granted, which is a really beautiful thing. And this led to one of the core values and goals with creating DreamState, which was to bring people together through travel and experiences that will last a lifetime. I want to create experiences for people that they will tell their grandkids, that they will speak on for years. I've done this to this point, and I want to do this for the rest of my life. I want people to be thinking about the DreamState experiences or these travel experiences when they're on their deathbed, and they're thinking about the beautiful things that they did throughout their life, because nobody talks about the business accomplishments or how much money they have in their bank on their deathbed. They talk about their relationships and their experiences. And being so grateful that you did not just let life pass you by and sit on a bar stool and talk shit. So today I've now inspired over 30 people to take journeys focused on growth, not escapism, and them having seen the real life transformation. When we did our 2023 trip to Thailand, I still get text messages monthly, quarterly. Hey man, was just thinking about the Thailand trip the other day. Just wanted to thank you. And these 14 people that came on that trip, I guarantee all 14 of them had people at the Thanksgiving table and the Christmas table just like this, because of how different it was. I lived with monks. I stayed at a retreat center hosted by the DreamState, and we did Wachamama, and we danced, and we did acting scenes. We laughed our asses off. We made memories in Thailand. So when I think back to like the beginning when I started this story, and I had this innate goal when I first moved to Los Angeles of having a happy life, and I thought that meant all this business success and having a Porsche 911, which is a nice car. I still wouldn't mind one. Probably get one soon. But that's what I thought meant a happy life. And I've realized throughout this journey of travel that without the journey of travel, I may not even have been here with my new realization and love for existence, love for life. I'm currently living in Medellin, Colombia, all traced back to these experiences that I went through today. I would not be here today if it didn't start with that one guy sitting at my bar and living such a beautiful life and making genuine connections and feeling like my soul is exactly where it's supposed to be. And if you come with us on one of these DreamState trips, you will see that I pour my heart into these trips. I pour my heart into these trips to make them the best trips that the attendees and myself will have, because I want to leave a legacy. And not the legacy of like, oh, he accomplished this, he did this. It's like a legacy of he actually enjoyed and loved his life. And his love for life affected those around him, and it rippled for generations. It rippled this beautiful understanding and love for existence. So I hope watching this video inspired you a little bit to want to join on a travel journey and just, take the first step. The reason why I create DreamState how it is because we can travel together. Because some people are scared to go to Peru and hike Machu Picchu on their own. They don't have anybody else that'll do it with them. That's why we create these environments to bring people together through travel so you feel safe, you have a guide. I create everything so it's seamless for you to get there. So we have, I believe, 7 slots right now left for the August 1st through the 7th Peru trip. Just simply send me a DM on Instagram, EthanTryX, and let's have a conversation. Let's see if this will even align with what you want right now. But stop using vacations as a way to escape from your life, but use travel as a way to make life better and to understand thyself more. All right, guys. Love.